Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. Welcome along. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel and this is Championship Transfer Update episode number 18. Championship clubs cannot stop buying and selling players. We expected this to be the way these few days. Obviously, everything always picks up on a Monday, so we did a show, one of these yesterday. However, three very big deals in terms of top players going out of the Championship have been finalised since then. So we're going to keep on keeping on. And here's your latest update. So another 7 transfers to talk about. Remember, we are talking about Championship transfers in and out. Done deals only. So if Jacob Brown's having a medical, I'm not going to talk about it. If Marco Bettinelli's having a medical, I'm not going to talk about it until I see a player holding up a shirt. It's 1 o'clock on Wednesday, just to say exactly where we are. But a big one. Let me get round this side. There we go. A big one has occurred. Ollie Watkins, the second top scorer in the Championship last season, has left Brentford to join his former manager, Dean Smith, over at Aston Villa. As usual, fees come from Transfermarkt here. So if it's undisclosed and you want to argue with me on what the fee is in the comment, please give me your source for the fee. Sky Sports, that's me giving you my source, say £28 million, a 5-year deal, possibly rising to 33 million on these normal, if he's capped for England, wins 5 league titles and the Premier League and European Golden Boot type stipulations. But look, what we know, it's a massive fee. Brentford, I tweeted, have done it again. They've turned around a player who they signed from Exeter City in the 2017-18 season, signed by Dean Smith there. And he was a winger, wasn't he? He must have been young there back in 2017. If he's, 24 now. He must have been only sort of 21 when he signed. They signed him as a winger, and look how consistent he was in his first 2 seasons. 86 Championship appearances, 20 goals, brilliant stuff. Some other stuff in the Cups as well. But last season, Neil Maupay was sold to Brighton, and Brentford did something pretty smart. We've given Nottingham Forest praise for converting Matt Cash into a fullback and sending him off and converting Matt Cash into hard cash. Well, they're going to convert Ollie Watkins across from a winger to a centre forward. He's going to play in the middle of their 4-3-3 system. There is rotation, but you do need that middle player, that focal point. Watkins stepped up to do that, and he was brilliant. And it's a great position to play. If you're a striker, go and play in the middle of the front three for Brentford and see how many chances you get created for you. We've spoken about the Peterborough model in terms of bringing in strikers, playing attacking, giving them loads of chances and selling them on for lots of money, which then is a self-fulfilling prophecy because you can attract better strikers in the first instance. Well, Brentford isn't quite like that because it's more total football than that. Basically, any position you sign for Brentford. However, we have seen a slew now of Brentford strikers go out for big money. Watkins is the latest of them. Look how consistent he was last season. 46 games played, started 46 minutes per game, 90. He was vital, played every minute, didn't he? 25 goals in the Championship, won every 165 minutes. Superb stuff from Watkins last season. And there is the roll of honour, which is kind of a roll of honour for Ollie Watkins and one for Brentford for their outstanding recruitment over, well, particularly these last years. That's the top 10 Brentford sales in the club's history, in fact, and they're all from 15-16 onwards. Odebajo, Yanarish, Hotter, Woods, and then the strikers. Look, Hogan, 9 million quid to Aston Villa. Gray, 11 million quid to Burnley. Konza, a centre-half, obviously, to Dean Smith. Mepham to Bournemouth. And then the top 2, look, Maupay and Watkins, the last 2 Brentford strikers off the grid. If you believe those fees that Transfermarkt are reporting, £47 million brought in by Brentford. I talk about parachute payments being a huge advantage in the Championship. £47 million. Brentford have their own parachute payment just by sheer brilliant recruitment. So big round of applause for Brentford. Now, if I trust anybody in the Championship to sell a player and replace a player, it would be Brentford. So let's see what they do. They've already bought Ivan Toney. I don't know whether that's the end of it. We'll see what happens with Ben Rama. Remember the fabled front three last season, Ben Rama, Watkins and Mbeumo. I don't anticipate Mbeumo going anywhere. He's still only sort of 21, isn't he? Ben Rama, that might be a different matter. And we might be back here in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whenever this possibly happens, this deal that we're expecting, the mega deal for Ben Rama to even blow this Watkins one out of the water. So I would be expecting Brentford to be working towards having maybe 4 or 5 players for those 3 positions. Obviously, Fosu is there, Kanyos is there as well, but I'm talking big deals here. Brentford have gradually upped their recruitment to the point where you're now bringing in Mbeumo for 5 million, Pontus Jansson for 5 million. I wouldn't be surprised if there are, at least another 2 5 million plus players coming into that front three situation. We know what the recruitment's like. Hey, they might surprise me, and the front three may be Toney, Mbeumo and Fosu. We'll see, but I cannot see Brentford banking 27 million quid here and then another 30, 35, 40 million for Ben Rama. Or they might keep him and not spending a ton of money. So, look, in terms of I always look at buying club, selling club, player. In terms of player, great. Well done, Watkins. Go and get paid. Go and play in the Premier League. Thumbs up there. In terms of Villa, well, it's a little bit of a gamble because he's only played 1 season up front. He's never played in the Premier League. But it could pay off. So that remains to be seen. But in terms of Brentford, I'm going to give it a thumbs up just in respect of the amount of the fee, what they've turned around, that it's a player that they've converted from a winger to a striker, and the fact that they're very trustworthy in replacing these players. I suspect it could be a thumbs up for Brentford. So well done, Ollie Watkins. Well done, Brentford. Again, and another big one. Abdoulaye Doucouré has joined Everton on a permanent transfer after 141 appearances. As I kick the desk, I'm very sorry. For Watford, he goes to play for Carlo Ancelotti. Signed from Rennes in 2016. Club's Player of the Year, says the Watford website, in 17-18. Here is the transfer marked perception of Watford's most saleable assets. Don't get too obsessed about what they put the market value is. That's not them predicting what they'll be sold for. That's just the metric they use. So calm down in the comments. Obviously, players are likely to go for more than those numbers in a active transfer market as it is at the moment. The point I'm trying to make here is that Doucouré was one of possibly those 4 or 5 that we always seem to see go out to, clubs hemorrhage players after Premier League relegation. They also hemorrhage money because you're dropping down from 100 million TV money to your 40 million parachute payments. So we're expecting Sarr, Deulofeu to possibly join him soon as well. But Doucouré has gone off to Everton, and so has Jamal Lewis. Now, Watford is a bit different than Norwich at the moment. Norwich have been in the Championship more frequently. They know what they're doing here, Norwich. They've got Stuart Webber there, and they've already done all of their signings. So for Norwich, it's just a case of, well, if we get good money coming in, then they will sell. I used the word we then. I'm an Ipswich fan and people get cross with me. I was speaking in quote marks then from, if I'm Stuart Webber, I would be saying, if we get good money, I will sell. Just to correct that before someone clips me on that. Lewis, 22. Again, it's an undisclosed fee. Norwich fans are particularly guilty of getting undisclosed fees come in and then exaggerating them upwards for players sold and downwards for players signed. Don't lie about the transfer fee. If you've got a reputable source, we think 13 million quid, 15 million quid, 11 million quid. I don't know. It's undisclosed. But if you have a good source for what you think it is, stick it in the comments. And that is absolutely fine. Needless to say, excellent work again by Norwich. 22 years old, 100 appearances through the team and sold for big money. They always get good money, Norwich, for Mattheson, for the Murphy twins. They always manage to do it, don't they? So a good deal there. They've already got Xavi Quintilla into the squad to replace him, and there's Byram and McCallum and other options at fullback there that they used last year and signed last year in McCallum's instance. I think Lewis is a good player. The issue for Jamal Lewis the whole time is he's had Max Aarons playing on the other side, who I think we'd all admit, if we've seen Norwich play, is extremely good, on a different level to Lewis, in my opinion. I'm a little bit coloured in my opinion for Lewis in the fact that the first time I saw Lewis, he was actually targeted by Mick McCarthy, who put Dominic Iorfa as a right wing back to go and stand on him, and Iorfa was about 7 feet tall. And look, okay, you are the height that you are, and Lewis had a hard old time with lots of diagonal balls when he was playing wing back against Dominic Iorfa, wing back on the other side. That doesn't mean he's a bad player. As I said, it just colours my opinion slightly that I saw him get bullied in a game against the Mick McCarthy team. But he's come on and he was a great part of that 18-19 Norwich team that got promoted, provided really good balance to obviously the brilliant right-hand side of Aaron's, Buendia and Pookie kind of sliding across there to help out from centre forward. So well done Norwich, good deal. As I say, they've already done their business in loads of players come in. They look like they know what they're doing. There again are the transfer marked assets. Please, again, don't cry about the values transfer marked have given these players. They will likely be sold for more, but it helps me to illustrate my point here that there is Cantwell there, Aarons, Godfrey and Buendia, that Norwich are in a lovely position where they can just sit there and go, okay, meet our valuation and you can have them, but if you don't, we'll keep them, we're fine, we've got parachute money, we didn't spend anything last year, we're nice and stable, and from a Norwich point of view, they do not need to sell. Maybe you'd see another couple of those go out, but my God, if they can keep particularly Buendia or Aarons or both, they're going to have a lovely old time in the Championship. The difference with Pookie, obviously, is, look, he's 30. The rest of them are 23, 22, 20, 22. Put it this way, Norwich are in a very, very strong position transfer-wise. So good luck to Lewis at Newcastle. I think it's a thumbs up all the way around. The only thumbs in the middle I've got, obviously, is from a Newcastle point of view. Is he proven? Can he do it in the Premier League? He's working with Steve Bruce, who is obviously a very decent defensive manager to work with. So you'd think it'd be a good one. So, yeah, well done as usual. I thought I'd throw this one up. I know we knew that Forestieri was leaving Watford. There you go. I've stolen my own thunder there. Leaving Sheffield Wednesday. But look where he's gone. He's gone to Udinese, where he's been before. A bit of a Championship guru, actually, for 9 years now, and plenty of goals. However, the point I wanted to make, and I did steal my own thunder there, Alex Miller tweets, is he going to end up back at Watford? We know the Pozzos own Watford and own Udinese. We're going to talk about another player going from Udinese to Watford in just a jiffy. Could we see Udinese take Forestieri and then loan him straight over to Watford, where he can join that squad and help out there? Who knows? It's a fun theory, isn't it? Speaking of which, here is Francisco, pronunciation Cirialta. Correct me if you speak Spanish, because he is a Chilean player there. He began Universidad in Santiago, Chile there, and had been at Udinese. He goes on loan, 6'4". Wasn't the other guy they brought in at Watford massively tall as well? So Watford definitely stocking up on A, Udinese players, and B, big players as well, ready for the Championship. I don't know the player, so if you're a Watford fan, help me out in the comments on that one, or an Italian football fan, you may know about Cirialta. So I'll plead the fifth on the thumbs up, thumbs down. But when you're trading players between two clubs, that are owned by the same people, then it's a kind of no-brainer sometimes. Try switch them about. We've seen it with Forest, Olympiacos, Manchester City, and Girona, and New York, Watford, and Udinese. It is what it is. Hey, I'd do the same, I think. Sammy Smodic has gone out again to Peterborough from Bristol City. A little bit of a shame, because I would have liked to have seen him get a go as a number 10 in the Championship. But they've got Casey Palmer there. Andy Vyman, I guess, can do it as well at Bristol City. He's just never managed to break in since signing from Colchester. He was really good for Peterborough at the end of last season with Dembele and Tony up top. That three of those and him as the number 10. They destroyed my team, Ipswich, at Portman Road, put it that way. So good luck to him, and he'll link up again with Dembele. Not Tony, who's gone to Brentford, but they've signed Johnson Clark-Harris. And it seems a bit of a no-brainer, undisclosed fee. Again, if you would like to give me your source, and if your source is Dara McAntony on Twitter, then I will accept that as a reputable source, because he would have signed off on this one, but it's come through as undisclosed, so we will see. One more there, Dylan Barnes, out from QPR, 24-year-old reserve keeper, who is behind Joe Lumley there at QPR. He's gone up to Hibs on loan. So that is another 7 transfers. Get your thoughts in the comments, particularly those big buggers going out. Watkins, Decore and Lewis, big bucks. Good deals. Let me know if you are a Brentford fan or a Watford fan or a Norwich fan on those deals. Let me know if you agree, disagree with anything I've said. You are more than welcome to your opinion. You're not more than welcome to your facts, especially where it pertains to undisclosed fees. Please quote your sources on that one. As you can see, somewhat of a pet hate of mine, that one. However, I really do want your interaction on YouTube, so get your comments in. Doesn't cost anything to be kind. Press the like button, comment as I said, and subscribe. 11,908 subscribers. Get us to 12,000. Come on, we can do it. Join our Fantasy League. Our first Fantasy League video will be tomorrow. So T5Q, BR0. I'm probably going to rip my entire team up that I picked about 3 weeks ago and start over. If you do not want to look at my face and my lovely hair, you can listen to this show as a podcast. Just type in the Benjamin Bloom Football Show. Over wherever you get your podcasts. COVID took my job, god damn it. So I'm trying to make money out of doing this now and really giving it a good go. So I do need your financial support until we've got hopefully 112,000 subscribers rather than 12,000 subscribers. So you can use my shopfront on Amazon. Thank you. We have got people clicking and going and doing that and buying stuff. Where's the link? Amazon.co.uk/shop/the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Go and help me out. There's a list of all the equipment we've got in this room. Some of my shirts, some of my hair products. Look, people ask about my hair. Don't shoot me. Some football books. Some of the ones on the shelf down there. And someone bought Kieran Maguire's football book through Shopfront there. My friend Kieran, do I get commission, Kieran, if you're watching this? And please, this is the big one, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. You can subscribe for as little as $3 a month to basically support me. For $5, I should do it with that hand with the thing in the way. There we go. You can see my hand now. $5 per month. You get some extra content there. Patreon only Q&A, Patreon only vlogs. And this parlays into the next slide as well. The higher tier, you can become a fan sponsor. You can sponsor a particular series. We've got some lovely Millwall fans and a lovely Norwich fan that's done that already. And a lovely Luton fan that's going to be sponsoring my 1 to 24 that I am about to do but couldn't because there were so many players sold today. So I got a bit sidetracked. Getting in with the big news first. So you can sponsor, and if you do run a small business and you have got marketing budget, we reached 500,000 people the past 3 months. So well worth sponsoring the channel. You can contact me, Twitter, Instagram, and Benjamin Bloom Music, 2Ms @gmail.com. That is it. Enough of my plug-in and incessant rambling. We're coming up 20 minutes. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Please comment on all of those transfers. Mainly outs, but a couple of ins. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Over and out.